Okay, so the unofficial title of this video is Help, They Got Math in My Biology Course. And I just want to go quickly through it in case math and formula manipulation give you cold sweats, some basics about the two Hardy-Weinberg formulae, the big one and the lesser one, and how they are connected. How can you make all the jumps from one value to the next? Generally, q squared is the number that we give you to kick off one of these questions. And if you have q squared, you can go from there to q by using the square root key on your calculator. And if you have q and you want it to get back to q squared, it's unusual, but it could happen. If you are at q, you can get back to q squared using the x squared key on your calculator. So if we take q squared and square root it, that takes you down to q. Squaring again takes you back up to q squared. The exact same thing is true for the p's. If you have p squared, rare, but it could happen, you can square root that and that'll get you back down to p. If you have p and you square it, use the x squared key on your calculator, that'll jump you back up to p squared. So we do q squared to q very often, and we do p up to p squared very often. Another jump that you may need, the relationship between p and q is that they have to add up to 1. So if you need to find p, it's going to be 1 take away q. If you need to find q, it's 1 take away p. And let's see, the only one I haven't really mentioned is 2pq. This one, generally the only way to calculate it is you have to have p and q first. And after that, it's kind of self-explanatory. You just do 2 times the value of p times the value of q. So there's no shortcuts for this one. If you want to find this middle term, if they've asked you for heterozygous people, you're going to have to find q by doing something like this. You're going to have to find p, perhaps by square rooting p squared, or perhaps by using this formula down here. Once you have all those, you can do 2 times p times q, and then you've got your middle term. So there's a way to find anything on this list, assuming we give you some piece of information to start the problem off. And right after this, there should be a bunch of demonstration videos where you'll see me doing these steps over and over. And if you stick with it and do a little practice, you will probably survive this like so many bio students have before you.